Good day mga ka-scholar! You are now tuned into the first ever multimedia center of the Philippine National Police Academy. This is the PNPA Multimedia Club. I am your host for today, Cadet 3rd Class Helena Hart Delma, a member of Sandikhain Class of 2027. Today we shine a spotlight on the inspiring stories of the women behind the badge. Joining us today is Dr. Jex De Leon, one of our incredible women from PNPA, here to share her journey, achievement, and what it truly means to serve with a purpose. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Hello, good afternoon, Cadet Delvo.
So, ma'am, can you share a little about yourself and your journey as a non-uniform personnel?
Okay, thank you. Thank you for having me here, for inviting me. It's really a privilege to be seated here and to be able to share to you my insights about Women's Month and how important women are in our society. So I'd like to introduce myself first. My name is Dr. Jessamine Reyes De Leon, but I'm commonly known as Dr. Jex or Ma'am Jex. I'm a licensed psychologist, a licensed guidance counselor, a licensed psychometrician, and holds a plantilla position as Professor 1 here at the Philippine National Police Academy, and also designated as Department Head for Research and Development. So I have been staying with the academe at the private institution. I was there for 15 years, and then I moved to PNPA in 2017 up to present. So yeah, how many years na yan sa government service. So typically, my work here at PNPA, I am ranked as non-uniform personnel. Ito po yung dahilan kung ba't hindi pa ako naka-uniform, because I'm a non-uniform person. Okay, baka nagtataka yung audience natin, bakit hindi naka-uniform. So, at the PNP, we are privileged to be part of this wonderful organization because it's not only with uniformed officers. There are also subject matter experts, professionals who are not wearing the uniform or who doesn't have the badge. And I am privileged to be one of those NUP personnel of the Philippine National Police. When I was not yet in the government service, I really wanted to be part of the PNP, but God never answered my prayer. Sabi ng Diyos, wag muna, wag muna. Pero at the end, dito rin po pala ako babagsak. So privileged ako as a non-uniform personnel. And I really take pride on this kasi hindi kami madami at iilan lang kami dyan. And I am privileged to have a plantilla position of not only as a psychologist, but you know, I take pride teaching PNPA cadets, the scholars. Kaya sa tuwing lalabas kami for research, presentation, and competition, I really take pride being one of their coaches. So I hope I was able to share who I am and my accomplishments.
Sa hinaba-haba ng mga accomplishment mo, ma'am, from private institution ka, ma'am,
Yes,
for
ma'am.
15 years.
Yes.
Paano ka napunta sa government, specifically sa PNP, ma'am?
Okay. So, this is something I have to reveal to everyone. I was an aspirant to be a cadet. And to tell you the truth, I failed the PNPA CAT like 2 times. Siguro hindi talaga pwede sa akin. Pero, I was able to come here because I knew PNPA through my mom, who was an NUP back then. And she was saying, these are the cadets, blah, 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 blah. So I said, I wanted to be there also. Pero I wasn't able to have a chance. So I pursued as a psychologist, as a college professor. And then, if you really wanted something, you will really look for it. So I looked for chances to be at PNPA, who was with PPSC back then. And then there was a job opening, a plantilla position. In 2013, I applied for that plantilla position, and it took me 4 years before I was able to get that plantilla position. So, through referrals, through my mom, and then there was a chance given me, one chance only. I really worked for it, I really prayed for it, qualified myself to get it. Pinagdasal ko talaga, akala ko nga hindi ko na makuha eh. And who would know that after 4 years, tsaka ko palang makukuha yung plantilla position. But not as a police officer, rather as a non-uniform personnel. Hindi daw ako pwede sa pagiging police. Rather, magtuturo daw ako at magde-develop ng mga kadete. So for me, that's a very important role also. Did I answer your question?
Yes, ma'am. So indeed, everything really happens for a reason, di ba, ma'am?
And at the right time.
Oo, ma'am.
Ang natutunan ko dyan, you really have to do your part. And pray for it, work hard for that. Kung ibigay ng Diyos, yun ay para sa'yo talaga, maganda. Kung hindi man, ang lagi ko nilalagay sa isip ko, I will still continue working hard for what I want until such time God would say, yan, na anak para sa'yo yan. Pero kung hindi talaga, it is God's way of protection. Not a denial, but one way of protecting me, leading me to a better path. Kung nag-apply ako noon ng kadete, hindi ako nakapasa, baka hindi din naging para sa akin yan. Hindi ko kakayanin tumakbo. Pero sabi ng Diyos, hindi pa ngayon, mag-antay tayo ng ilang panahon. And fortunately, I would always say, I am so blessed. There was a question asked before me, sabi, are you happy with your salary with the PNP? Ang sagot ko hindi yes or no. Lagi kong sagot, I am so blessed. I am really blessed. And you know what's the blessing? It's teaching the cadets. Being with the cadets. I really can say I am blessed and proud to be with PNPA cadets. Yung salitang scholar, talagang I take pride na isa ako sa nagtuturo sa kanila. Yeah.
Hindi lang naman ikaw yung blessed, ma'am, pero pati rin kami, blessed din kami to have a professor na kasing passionate ng katulad mo, ma'am.
Salamat naman.
And gusto ko yung sinabi mo kanina, ma'am, na God's rejection is also His protection.
Definitely. Definitely.
So, ma'am, since it's Women's Month, we're
Yeah.
celebrating Women's Month today. So, we would like to learn your insights regarding sa topic natin bilang kababaihan.
Yan. Gusto ko nga to. Sabi ko, dapat lagi ako ini-invite ng mga yan eh. So, dahil hindi man palagi, I want to really share to you what I know.
So, ma'am, what does women empowerment mean to you?
Okay. Women empowerment. I think this is one of the most important words that we here at PNPA is really fostering and motivating our cadets. Sa salitang Filipino, women empowerment can be meant as paano pagtitibayin ang kapangyarihan ng kababaihan. So how would we empower our women, no? Paano pagtitibayin ang kakayahan, ang kapangyarihan ng bawat kababaihan? In my study, both in my practice, in teaching, in counseling, in psychology, in research, and in my own personal experience, my own personal story, empowerment is all about how we can be able to enhance the ability of women to make, to make choices. Anong pakiramdam nung hindi ka makagawa ng sarili mong choice? Diba napakahirap yan? Yan ang kailangan na unang maituro sa kababaihan, that we have the ability to make our own choice. I choose to be in this position. I choose to be a cadet. I choose to be a good student. I choose to go to work. I choose to be my best. I choose to come to work on time. The ability to make choices. Hindi yung dinidiktahan ka, but it's your accountability to make your own choice. That's how we strengthen and empower women. The second is, do our women have opportunities? Do our women have access to opportunities? Dito sa PNPA, never kong naramdaman na na-exclude ako. Never ko naramdaman na mababa ang rank ko. Never ko naramdaman na hindi ako kasali. Because here, we are so blessed na there is always opportunity and access. Diba? Nabibigyan ka ng chance na ma-voice out yung gusto mo. Yung natatanggap ng male cadet, natatanggap din naman ng female cadet. Equal tayo dyan. May access tayo sa lahat. Yung opportunity is given to everyone. So that's the second element kung paano natin mapapagtibay ang kapangyarihan ng isang babae. Bigyan natin sila ng abilidad to make choices. We give them access to opportunities. Okay? And the third one, I think this is very important, that at the end, we all can have that level of autonomy, kakayahang maging independyente. At yun ang nakakalimutan ng maraming tao. Many people would say na I'm independent. Ang sinasabi ko, kasi ito yung buhay na gusto ko, na kaya kong tumayo mag-isa. I want to share my own story, no? I'm the eldest daughter. I cannot say I come from a rich family. Lumaki din naman ako sa hirap. Alam mo yung bago ka makatake ng exam, kailangan mo kumuha ng promissory note. sa finance department ng school. Kasi without the promissory note, you cannot take the exam. Hindi parents ko ang pumupunta dyan. Ako talaga ang pumupunta dyan. At nakikiusap sa finance officer na, pwede ho ba ibigay niyo muna sa akin yung permit, tapos sa isang buwan kami magbabayad. Lumaki din ako na, ang sasabihin lagi sa akin ng nanay ko, kailangan mo magtinda ng mangga o ng pinya para may dagdag baon ka. So, as an eldest child, growing up in this environment also, sa upbringing din ng parents ko, ang lagi nilang sinasabi, you need to learn how you can stand by yourself because it's not always that your parents will be there. Ang lagi nilang sinasabi, mag-aral ka ng mabuti para makakuha ka ng maayos na trabaho. At bakit? Because we cannot always be dependent on others. And if we will look into the overall psychological functioning of an individual, one of the aspect of being mentally healthy is you are able to be independent on who you want to be. Okay, so tatlong elemento ang kailangan nating tandaan kung paano natin pagtitibayin ang kapangyarihan ng kababaihan. First, let's always give them the ability to make choices. Huwag natin ihinder yan. Okay? Kaya nga sa research class, ito share ko sa inyo to. When we always get significant results sa research competition, never ako nagturo sa kadete na, ito ang gusto ko. It's always the cadets who would decide their research interests down to their research topic, to their research title. Ang role ko lang doon ay ituro sa kanila paano gagawin. Hindi ko itinuro sa kadete na kailangan ma-impress mo ako or ma-impress mo ang panel member. Ang kailangan dito ay ano ang sa tingin mong tama? Ano ang sa tingin mong maganda? We need to reinforce and nourish that they have this ability to make choices. We want to empower them, let them make their own choices. Guide them. Pero hindi ikaw mag-enforce. Pangalawa, wag nating kakalimutan that there should be access to opportunities. Sa PNPA, hindi tayo nagsa-stop ng growth ng mga female cadets. Tingnan mo kung sinong magagaling dyan. Female cadets. Gaano ng karami ang nag-top 1 na female cadets? Because there is always access to opportunities. What training male cadets would have is the same training that female cadets would have. What they will receive, what male cadets will receive, will be the same things that the female cadets will receive. And lastly, number 3, wag natin po kakalimutan, that we also have to find strategies and reinforcement to make people, women especially, be able to be independent. Hindi yung nasasanay lang silang kakapit lang sa isang tao or nawawala yung level of independence nila. So, my talk is a lot for empowerment, but I hope I was able to share my insights on that.
So going back, ma'am, yung first, ma'am, is you want to give equal opportunities.
That's the second one.
The second one.
The first one is for them to have the ability to make choices.
So ability to make choices, ma'am. And
Yes.
then equal opportunities.
Yes.
And then
The third one is for females or women to have that level of independence and autonomy.
Yes. So, napansin ko lang, ma'am, na looking back in the history sa bilang kababaihan dito sa Pilipinas, yung mga points mo, ma'am, these are what we didn't have before, di ba, ma'am?
Yeah.
Ito yung na-deprive sa atin bilang
Yes.
kababaihan. So, nasanay tayo ng rules natin na sa bahay lang,
Yes.
dependent sa mga asawa,
Yes.
and we didn't have opportunity, even the right to vote, we
Yes.
didn't have before. So, maganda, ma'am, na nakita natin na at least as a society, as a woman in the society, na nagkakaroon tayo ng improvements.
Yes.
So, how do you think women can take on more leadership roles, ma'am?
Okay.
In society?
That's a very good question. How would women take
more leadership
take more
roles, no?
leadership roles? I see it in two ways. The first way is institutions. Institutions should provide opportunities for women. Ang problema ito, maraming opportunities, pero nagiging passive naman ang kababaihan. So, sa akin, I say it in two ways because institutions can provide opportunities, leadership roles. But the question would be, are women willing to take the leadership roles? The best example I can give now is this. Ako, very impressed ako ngayon. Masyado akong impressed sa leadership ngayon sa PNPA nagpapasalamat ako sa leadership ng PNPA ngayon. It's highly unique this time. Best example, our Commandant of Cadets.
Yes.
Female, maganda, magaling. Okay? Siyempre, hindi papatalon din namin. Maganda at magaling din. Parehong babae. Tama?
Yes, ma'am.
Ay, hindi magpapatalo si regimental commander natin.
Yes.
And she's also in history. Maganda at magaling din. My point is, PNPA provided the opportunities. Hindi binar ang babae maging regimental commander. Hindi pinigilan ang babae na maging dean at maging commandant of cadets. And at the same time, that's why I say it two ways, because the second part is, these women took the challenge. So, seeing it in two ways, kung may opportunities ang institutions, starting from the family, dapat akong bilang babae, willing din ako i-take yung challenge. Hindi pwede kasing PNPA will only provide opportunities. Hindi rin naman pwedeng ako lang ang may abilidad.
So both ways,
Both,
ma'am.
yes.
dapat.
So what is provided to me and what I can do.
And what legacy or impact do you want to leave, ma'am, for the next generation of women?
Okay, very good. Yan yung pinaka-gusto kong tanong sa araw na to. I'd like to share 4 personal insights on what impact can I share to you for women empowerment. The first is, never stop learning. Never stop learning. Because the world keeps on moving. Diba? Aminin ko na, broadcast ko na, nag-aaral uli ako eh. Imagine mo, binigyan ako ng chance ng PNPA to have a master's degree. So, 2 master's degree ko. May PhD ako. Nag-aaral pa rin ako ngayon. I'm taking up Juris Doctor. Not dreaming to be a lawyer, but because I wanted to know what's in the law, dahil ang mga estudyante ko ay law enforcement officers in the future. I want to give my best as a teacher to my cadets. So I can only do that if I will keep on learning. And that's my own story. It is also applied to everyone. We keep on learning. Technology is there. Learn how to use AI. How not to be run by AI. Maraming skills na pwedeng matutunan, na pwedeng pagkaroon ng maging source ng other income. Second, this is very important. Let's find our ways to gain financial independence. Ito ay hindi kailangan ikaw ang maging pinakamayaman na tao sa buong mundo. What I'm trying to say is, you can provide for yourself. You can provide for yourself. Financial independence, no? The third one, I'm an advocate for this as a psychologist. Let's take care of ourselves in all aspects. Physical, spiritual, cognitive. Kailangan alagaan ang sarili. Sa edad ko na to, ngayon lang ako nag-aaral mag-tennis. Because I'm serving 2 purposes. I want to keep on learning and I want to improve myself. Health-wise also. The third one, I think this is very important. We should engage ourselves. Engage in decision-making. Engage in activities. Engage in meaningful activities. Engage in leadership roles. Huwag po tayong maging passive. Let's always tell ourselves, what can I do about this? Kaya yung sinasabi na, do you doubt yourself? You don't know what to do? My answer would be, what can you do? So, I hope I was able to share those 4 insights. First, keep on learning. Second is, gain financial independence. Take care of yourself. And the last one is, engage yourself. What can you do? Ano ba ang magagawa ko?
It's good to know, ma'am, na nakaka-inspire siya na you learn just for the sake of learning itself. Na nakaka-enjoy din pala siya na ganun, di ba?
Yes, of course, oo. Sobra.
Ngayon, alam niyo na yung sikreto ni ma'am sa kanyang pagiging maganda. Self-care.
Self-care. Oh, tennis pa ako.
Alagaan ang sarili.
Sino mag-aalaga sa'yo? Ibang tao? Hindi, ikaw. You have to carry yourself. Empower yourself.
Financial independence.
Oo. Dapat marunong ka rin para sa sarili mo. Yung hindi yung kukuha ka lang sa iba, no? At kayo mga kadete, mga scholars, you are very privileged with that. With those things pala na binanggit ko.
So, I believe, ma'am, yung 4 insights mo na yan, it's not for the females only.
For everyone.
Everyone. I think madami ding takeaways ang makukuha yung mga males natin dito. So,
Buti naman.
Thank you very much,
Okay,
ma'am,
salamat
for your
din.
insights and giving us your time today. Marami ako natutunan and of course, for sure, madami ding natutunan yung mga viewers natin.
Oo, salamat din sa invitasyon. Ako din, marami din ako natutunan. A reminder, salamat Cadet Delmo.
So, your wisdom, dedication, and passion are truly inspiring, ma'am.
Okay.
We hope that through your words, we can inspire yung mga viewers natin, especially yung mga kabataan natin, ma'am, na aspirant man sila or hindi ng academy na ito. So, and with that, we conclude our interview for today, ma'am. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Ma'am. And stay connected with us by following our official Facebook page, PNPA Multimedia Club, and PNPA Justice, Integrity, and Service. Good day.